presentation of Fox Sports.
We are Fox Sports. We are LA.
Well, the Halos were knocked out out of postseason contention last night with a loss to the Texas Rangers. Tonight it is Game 2 of the three-game series against the Western Division champion Rangers here at the Big A. Hi, everybody. We welcome you inside the Big A. Back to Angels baseball on Fox Sports West. I'm Victor Rojas along with my partner, Mark Gubiza. Going into the series, Mike Scioscia had the rotation set up. Herron, Santana, and Weaver. With the loss last night, Mike making an adjustment to the rotation, if you will. No Santana tonight, no Weaver tomorrow. Instead, going with some youngsters. Tyler Chatwood tonight, Garrett Richards tomorrow afternoon, or late afternoon, I should say. But a lot of youngsters in that starting lineup as well.
Yeah, Victor, you see the youngsters done such a tremendous job this entire season for the Halos. When you think about it, just till last night, still in contention for a playoff spot. Reason one, because of the young players came through. Tyler Chatwood has thrown the ball very well. There's been some times as far as growing pains, throwing consistent strikes, but the promise for all these young players is there. Mike Trout, you're getting to see the franchise make plays in the field, drive the ball out of the ballpark. Mark Trumbo, my opinion, the American League Rookie of the Year, that power, 29 home runs, 87 RBI. He's been that good for the club. And, of course, Jordan Walden, 32 saves. This is a guy coming into the season that was the seventh, maybe eighth inning guy, ends up with 32 saves. Growing pains, yes, but a lot of talent and a bright future for these guys.
It's nice to see the lineup, too, with Efren Navarro getting his first major league start at first base, Andrew Romine getting to start at shortstop. And that starting nine taking on the left-hander Matt Harrison, who might be the Game 3 starter for the Rangers in the DS. We're just about ready for baseball here at the Big A. Sit back and relax. Lineups and first pitch when we return. but the cars speak for themselves, like the 2012 Sonata and 2012 Genesis. Visit your Southern California Hyundai dealer or mysocalhyundai.com today. And by CarMax. Now more than ever, the smart choice is CarMax. Well, it was a warm afternoon all day here in the Southland. It's kind of cooled off a little bit here tonight. A gorgeous night for baseball, the second of 3 against the Texas Rangers. 2 more games in the regular season. This will line up at Ron Washington and the Texas Rangers running out there. Texas at 94 and 66 have Ian Kinsler leading things off back at second base. Elvis Andrews making his first career start as the designated hitter. Josh Hamilton is in center field. Michael Young is at shortstop. Adrian Beltre at third base. Mike Napoli's doing the catching. Nelson Cruz in right. David Murphy back in left field. And Mitch Moreland, who sat down last night, gets to start tonight. He'll bat ninth and play first base. That's starting 9, taking on Tyler Chatwood, looking for his 7th win of the season.
Yeah, his first start since September 16th. Very good fastball, and that's the big thing for him. Commanding the strike zone with the fastball. 92 to 95. He's got a very good curveball. Need to establish that also against this Ranger lineup early in the ballgame. Changeup, very effective. Above all, getting ahead of the count. That's been an issue for him. His cut fastball has been developing also.
Take a look at the defense behind Tyler. Wells in left, Borges in center, Mike Trout is in right. In the infield, you've got Alberto Cayaspu, Andrew Romine, Howie Kendrick, Efren Navarro from third to first, and Hank Conger behind the dish.
And Efren Navarro getting his first start at the major league level. Very solid glove in the minor leagues. A guy that can not only pick it, but a strong throwing arm himself. So here's an opportunity to show Mike Sosa and the Angels not only can swing the bat, but also play a solid defensive first base.
Mike Sosa, the skipper, making the decision before the game today to start Tyler Chatwood. No Irvin Santana, no Jared Weaver. Weaver, all he needed was an inning and a third of no runs of baseball and put him in a position to win the American League ERA title. But you know what? It's all about the team. No need for him to go out there tomorrow from a team standpoint. Now, had he won his last start and he was going for win number 20, Mike certainly would have given that a little bit different consideration.
Yeah, and the big thing is listening to him today talking in the pregame show how he's going to go this winter and try to develop a cut fastball. Here's a guy with outstanding stuff, still learning, trying to work with that pitch with Dan Herron all season long in the outfield. Is going to look forward to get a better feel for that pitch this offseason, which would make him even more devastating.
So Ian Kinsler set to lead things off for Texas. He had a 1-for-4 game last night. Texas picking up game 1 by the final of 4-3. Mark Hamburger picked up his first major league win in relief. Did a nice job against the Angels. 1-0 pitch. It's down low. 2 balls and no strikes, and that has been the biggest issue for Tyler Chatwood all season long, even when he was a member of the starting rotation. The fact that he struggled with command, a lot of walks.
And he's a guy that didn't walk a lot of guys in the minor leagues. Is this trust factor for him?
This one bounced foul up the third base line. It's 2 balls and 1 strike.
What I mean by that is, you got to take the mentality out on the mound that you have the same stuff as if you would be facing guys in whether it's AA, AAA. They're the same type of hitter that's more patient. They're going to catch up to your mistakes. If you get ahead of the count, you're more apt to make them swing at pitches out of the strike zone.
This one grounded toward the middle. Romine can't get it. It's a leadoff base hit. So Elvis Andrews, the DH, will come up, and we'll take a look at our Hyundai key to the game.
Bring out some 80s band for you here. Some poison for you, Victor. It's something to believe in. All these young players getting another opportunity. Tyler Chatwood getting a start tonight. So many of these young players. Mike Trout, obviously with his stuff. In the outfield, Peter Borges. See Jeremy there. All kinds of young players getting an opportunity to play against a team like Texas, and people get an opportunity to see them perform at a high level.
Elvis Andrews, the DH, stepping in with Kinsler at first, extends his hitting streak to 6 games. Kinsler with a shot at 30-30. 31 home runs. He's got 29 stolen bases. He had a pretty big lead over at first base. Andrews last night, a huge game for him. 4 for 5. 3 singles and a double. Hitting .282 now on the year. 5 home runs and 60 runs batted in. For Chatwood, he's making his 3rd start against Texas. And he has struggled against them mightily. 7 innings, 15 hits, 8 runs, 6 walks, and 2 strikeouts. An ERA north of 10. First pitch, a fastball in for strike 1. This being the 4th game that Chatwood has pitched in the month of September. Second start. Got off to a good start in April at a 2-1 mark at a 3.86 ERA. Struggled a little bit in 6 starts in May and was even better in June. 2-2 record at 5 starts, an ERA of 2.78, but then all of a sudden control became a huge issue in July and into August, and thus the subsequent demotion back down to AAA to get some work.
Well, he has a super quick mechanics, and he's got to stay back just long enough to allow his arm to get over the front leg, because a lot of times he's already landing before he begins to throw.
1 ball, 1 strike.
We always talk about his pace, how quick it is. Sometimes you have to take a deep breath and slow down just enough to allow your body to get through the proper throwing motion.
Pitch out, nothing's happening. It's 2-1.
And Conger's thrown at 16.4% of would-be base stealers. Chatwood very quick to the plate. He's allowed 12 stolen bases in 19 attempts, so he will give Conger a chance if Kinsler does try to go.
Kinsler's career high in stolen bases, 31. That was a couple of seasons ago. Mentioned he's at 29 this year. He had 15 last year. Big lead for him over there. He's got happy feet, and they got a chance. They got him. Paul Emmel rings him up at first base. Kinsler, I mentioned the happy feet, just trying to get that bigger lead, trying to inch off the base.
Quick move, perfect throw. We talked about how good he is defensively. Quick tag. Real close play at first base. Second pickoff of the season for Chatwood.
Andrews fouls it back, and it's 2 balls, 2 strikes.
I'll tell you what, for some right-handed pitchers on this staff, they have some quick moves. Jared Weaver, Dan Herron, and Tyler Chatwood, and of course Pinheiro also. All 4 of those guys had extremely quick moves to first base.
2-2 pitch, and that is inside, a full count. Josh Hamilton, the center fielder's on deck. And here's the 3-2. Andrews fouls it off his leg. Take a look at the umpiring crew, the men in black tonight. Bruce Dreckman is behind the plate. Paul Emmel, we just saw at first base. Ravishing Rob Drake is at second base, and the crew chief is Gary Darling. He's over at third. Another 3-2, and this one's bounced over to Kayaspo at third base. Across the diamond, 2 away. Good sink on that fastball down and in.
That's the thing, Chatwood just has to trust that sink on the fastball. I mean, it's at 92, 93 miles an hour. Not many pitchers possess a fastball that can sink that hard in the zone at that velocity. But it becomes less effective when he's behind 1-0, 2-0. They can gear in on that low fastball.
Here's Hamilton with 2 outs and nobody on. Last year's American League Most Valuable Player had a 1-for-4 game last night. A .300 average this year. 25 home runs and 93 runs batted in. He's chipped in 31 doubles and 5 triples as he swings through that fastball. A good action away from him. And it's 1 ball, 1 strike. Hamilton has an 8-game hitting streak. Now, last night via Twitter, I pointed out that would have been nice to see the Angels go to the postseason, but whatever team gets the Texas Rangers will have its hands full. There's no question, considering the way this offense is going
for Texas right now. You talk about teams, especially from a wild card perspective, those are the teams to be you kind of have to watch out for because they're usually on a roll going into the postseason. Texas right now is ridiculous offensively.
Beltre with 11 home runs in his last 14 games.
The team that's hitting over 320 collectively in the month of September. And the pitching has not been shabby.
Yeah, their starting pitch has been very good, and their additions to the bullpen have finally leveled off for them and have been very good.
A 2-out walk issued to Hamilton will bring up Michael Young. Currently, Texas will have C.J. Wilson, who got 2 innings in last night, start game 1 of the American League Division Series on Friday. Derek Holland is scheduled, penciled in, that's the rumor, to be the game 2 starter. They figure Matt Harrison will pitch in game 3, and then Colby Lewis, who's getting the start tonight, would be pitching in game 4. And of course, barring any scenarios that occur there, if they're down or otherwise, as Young takes a fastball high.
You know, you look in there, you see 3 lefties starting the first 3 games, but they're quality left-handed pitching. All 3 of them throw extremely hard.
Michael Young had a 2-for-3 game last night with an RBI, and he shoots one out to right field, a base hit. Hamilton will stop at second as Trout gets the baseball back in.
And this is again for Tyler Chadwick. They get those 2 outs. Granted, he gave up a leadoff base hit, but he picks off Kinsler, gets a second out, a ground ball out. All of a sudden, that slight letdown, and you'll see that a lot in young pitchers, thinking you're through the inning, but that's not the case. 2-out walk, and then all of a sudden you face Michael Young, base hit. Now you got to deal with one of the hottest hitters in the game, in Adrian Beltre.
211th hit on the year for Michael Young. Second in the batting race to Miguel Cabrera. Cabrera hitting .343 at the start of the day. Adrian Beltre looks at a breaking pitch down and away, and it's 1 ball, no strikes. Beltre last night a 1-for-4 game, included his 31st home run of the year. 103 runs batted in. Grounds 1 to short. Romine has it, flips it over to Howie Kendrick. That will end the inning. We enter the bottom of the first. Trout, Borges, and Abreu to face Colby Lewis with no score. Lineup for game number 161 on the season. The Halos at 86 and 74 have Mike Trout leading things off for his first time in his major league career. Leading things off, he's in right field. Peter Borges in center. Bobby Abreu DH. Howie Kendrick in the cleanup spot at second. Vernon Wells in left. Alberto Callaspo at third. Efren Navarro's first major league start in the field. He's at first base. Hank Conger behind the plate. Andrew Romine batting ninth and playing shortstop, taking on the veteran Colby Lewis. Kind of an up-and-down season for him after a breakout year for him last year with the Texas Rangers.
Yeah, Colby Lewis is a guy that throws a lot of strikes. Will give up a home run. He's given up 35 home runs this year. Fastball, 89-93, curve, slider, changeup.
First pitch, a breaking ball from Lewis. 1 ball, no strikes. Trout had a 1-for-3 game last night, picking up an RBI. A 207 average in the big leagues this year. He pops this one up on the first base side. Mitch Moreland will watch this one land in the seats. Count even at 1 ball, 1 strike. $116 at-bats for Mike Trout this year, playing in his 39th big league game. It's 2 balls and 1 strike. After tonight, there will have been 1 spot in the lineup in which he has not batted. The 3-hole. 2-1 upstairs, 3 balls and 1 strike. Outside, it's a leadoff walk. The Trout's on board for Peter Borges. We'll take a look at the Texas Rangers defensively. Pretty much the same alignment as last night. Murphy, Hamilton, and Cruz in the outfield. Beltre, Young moves over from second base. He'll play shortstop. Kinsler at second. He was a DH last night. And Moreland at first. Napoli moves from first to behind the plate.
And Adrian Beltre, a 2-time Gold Glover at third base. In my opinion, outside of Mike Schmidt, as far as coming in on the baseball, on the bunts, as good as anybody in that throw. So accurate, even though sometimes it's from a low angle, it's always right on the base. One of the best third basemen you're going to see.
Borges takes the fastball in tight. 1 ball, no strikes. Peter had a 1-for-5 game yesterday, including an RBI. One ball, 1 strike. Lewis coming off the start in which he got a no decision against Oakland. 6 1/3, 4 hits, 3 runs, all earned. He has been susceptible to the long ball. 35 home runs allowed this year. Trout takes off. The pitch is down low. The throw down from Napoli is not in time. A stolen base.
4th stolen base of the year for Trout. Colby Lewis is quick to the plate. He learned to be very quick when he pitched over Japan as far as slowing down the running game. The Trout with that good speed, good slide, gets underneath the tag. See how quick Colby Lewis is, and a pretty good pitch for Napoli to throw, but it sailed away. Quick release, but the ball was up, and Trout was able to slide in.
It's pretty close.
Good tag by Kinsler.
Little sacrifice situation here. Beltre with a bare hand, not going to get him. Boy, what a beautiful bunt by Peter Borges.
Well, we talked about that a lot for Borges. If he continues to improve on this part of his game as far as getting that bunt out, getting that ball down the line, he's going to hit 290 at the very least. And you were able to beat one of the best third basemen in the game as far as on that bunt.
So Bobby Abreu will come up with 2 on and nobody out.
Well, the Angels lead the majors in bunts now. 44 bunt hits for the Angels.
th bunt hit for Peter Borges on the year. And Abreu at the plate. He pinch hit yesterday. The bases loaded situation, drew a walk as Bobby swings first pitch, drives one out towards center. Playable for Josh Hamilton. Deep enough to score Mike Trout. Borges is trying to go to second base. The run will score, and it's 1-0 Halos. Abreu with his 60th run batted in.
Nice job by Bobby Abreu, and some great base running there by Peter Borges, challenging the arm of Josh Hamilton in center field. Not many people are going to take that shot. But Borges got in scoring position. He had a glimpse of that speed that the Angels have. You got Trout Works a walk, steals a base, goes to third on the infield bunt hit by Borges, then scores on a sac fly.
Howie Kendrick looks at a fastball for a strike. Howie had a 1-for-4 game yesterday. Got the start over at first base. 286 average, 18 home runs, a career high for him, 63 runs batted in. Breaking pitch is fouled back. .60 runs batted in for Abreu. Howie with a man in scoring position. It was Kendrick who was at the plate last night to finish off the game. The tying run on base is Howie. A swing and a miss. There are 2 outs. Cut fastball from Colby. Borges still at second with 2 away. And here comes Vernon Wells.
Kind of fun to watch Trout and Borges 1-2 in your lineup. Both have some pop, great speed.
Yep. A 1-ball, no strike count on Wells, who went 0 for 4 last night, hitting .218 now in the year. 25 home runs, 66 runs batted in. Two balls and no strikes. Colby Lewis making his 32nd start of the year. Bakersfield native. Career high 13 wins as that pitch catches the corner. 2-1. Third career 10-win season, all with Texas. Also in 2003 and last year. The 2-1 to Wells. Lays off. And it's 3-1. Lewis making his 4th start against the Angels this year. 0-1 record and an ERA of 4.50. Halos getting a run here in the first. Sac fly by Bobby Abreu. 3-1 pitch, a swing and a miss. A full count.
That's one thing for Vernon. You got to realize with Colby Lewis, just because it's a fastball count, he's not necessarily going to throw that. He has an open base also. But the reality is he can throw his cut fastball or slider for strikes.
Here's the payoff. Vernon fouls it back. Reset and do it again at 3-2 with 2 outs and a man in scoring position with Peter Borges. Borges had a base hit, a bunt base hit. And Wells strikes out swinging. And that will end the inning with the Angels 2 strike first. They get a run through 1. It's 1-0 Angels.
Pollo Loco. Now for only $5, get one of 5 tasty combos. They are the combos other combos wish they could be. Catch them before they are gone. Top of the second is 1-0 Angels. Texas sent up Napoli. Cruz and Murphy here against Tyler Chatwood. Had a couple of base runners on with 2 outs, but got Beltre to roll into a fielder's choice. A lot of crazy things going on in baseball still. The Tampa Bay Rays battled back to defeat the New York Yankees and currently have a half-game lead in the wild card. Boston trying to close it out against the Orioles. 8-6 Red Sox in the bottom of the 9th. No balls and a strike on Napoli. Had an 0-for-4 game last night, including 3 strikeouts. Takes that pitch upstairs. 1 ball, 1 strike. '86 wins for the Angels.
Certainly a lot of positives.
Yeah. Swing and a miss on the fastball. It is 1-2.
I think when you think about it, all these young players getting the opportunity to be involved in a playoff race right off the get-go is rookies. Very impressive. That's something you can build on. Then you know what to expect next season when you're back in this type of race again. And your eyes aren't quite as bright open there. You're going to go out and do your normal thing. You're going to be able to relax, score runs, do little things.
Two-two pitch. It'll roll over toward third. Callaspo's got it near the bag. Low throw dug out by Navarro. 1 away. Fans, the Angels' wives and girlfriends have put together their annual Player Favorites baskets for an online auction to raise money for the Angels Foundation. The baskets contain autographed game-used items and items from the players' hobbies other than baseball. To bid on the baskets and for more information, log on to angels.com.
Navarro's very, very good. As far as you can see him picking that throws over from first base so far. Quick glove. Good tag on the pickoff, too, against Kinsler in the first inning. Showing he does have that outstanding ability to be able to utilize that glove at first base. Getting fun there, by the way, in Baltimore.
Baltimore with runners at first and third and 1 out at the bottom of the 9th inning, down by 2. Boston needing the victory to stay tied with the Rays in the wild card. Chopper back toward the middle. Kendrick almost from behind the bag retires Cruz. 2 outs. National League could be even crazier. Atlanta defeated once again tonight by the Philadelphia Phillies. They've got a 1-game lead going into today. St. Louis currently tied now with the Houston Astros. 6-6 that game on the 7th. The Cardinals win. The National League wild card is tied up. Murphy takes outside. It's 1 ball, no strikes, and if they remain tied, there'll be a 1-game play-in game on Thursday in St. Louis.
Well, I'll tell you, that's why I've always loved the wild card. I know a lot of traditionists said no, but it's brought so much excitement to clubs that normally, and fans that would normally be out of the race at this particular point. Now all of a sudden you have an opportunity to have that 1-game play-in, which we've seen so far have been unbelievable games.
There's still stuff at stake, too, as far as the 2nd seed in both leagues. Texas has a 1-game lead over the Tigers currently. Tigers defeating the Cleveland Indians. So Texas needing a victory to keep that 1-game lead. As it stands right now, Texas would play the wild card. Tigers would play the Yankees. Now, if they remain tied, Tigers have the advantage as they won the season series. So that means Texas would have to face the Yankees and the Tigers would get the wild card win.
That's why you see Texas with their regular lineup. They want to avoid the Yankees. They can in that first round and have to go to New York.
Same goes in the National League. Milwaukee with a 1-game lead over the Arizona Diamondbacks for 2nd best record behind the Phillies.
Trying to avoid going to Philadelphia in that first round. They have to deal with Roy Halladay and, of course, the way Cliff Lee is throwing for him.
Murphy, a swing and a miss. Down he goes. It's a 1-2-3 inning for Tyler Chatwood. We head to the bottom of the 2nd. 1-0 Angels.
For the second, it's 1-0 Angels here in the bottom of the inning. Callaspo Navarro at Conger to face Colby Lewis. We had 2 strikeouts and a walk. Also gave up a bunt base hit. Callaspo looks at a fastball away. Had the start last night at third base. Went 1 for 4. Still hitting .290. 6 home runs, 46 runs batted in. Fouls this one back, and the count is even at 1 ball, 1 strike. Lewis, a guy with that cut fastball, could pick up some strikeouts as we saw in the first. Not an overpowering guy, but relies on location.
Yeah, real fluid mechanics for him also.
Count even now, 2 balls, 2 strikes.
And you mentioned not overpowering, but because he can throw the cut fastball, his slow curveball, and changeup, when he goes upstairs with the fastball, you see some late swings against him. So a curveball here.
Slow breaking pitch rolled over to second. Kinsler's got it. 1 away. Hey, fans, join the Angels in Tempe, Arizona next spring training with the 2012 Angels official spring training package. You'll get the best game tickets, hotel accommodations, great merchandise, and an exclusive barbecue with appearances by members of the Angels coaching staff and spring training roster, and perhaps even Gooby. Call 1-800-8-WARM-UP to reserve your package today.
Still pushing for that, huh?
It'd be nice for you to make a visit out to spring training.
I'd love to.
One time. Don't be afraid. I know you've got alligator arms.
Yes,
Reach into your pocket one time.
Yes, I do.
After Navarro pulls the first pitch, it clears the top step of the Texas dugout. It's former Angels pitcher Terry Clark.
Yes. I will get him tomorrow for that one. We were teammates in Kansas City. Down goes Frazier.
Was they jumping into the bunker? Navarro lifts one down the left field line. Murphy gliding to his right. 2 outs. Effort now 0 for 3 in his big league career. And that'll bring up Hank Conger. Hank hitting .214 on the year, 6 home runs, 19 runs batted in. Pulls one into right field. Nelson Cruz is there, and it's a 1-2-3 inning. As Colby Lewis retires aside, 8 ordered to complete 1-0 Angels. Mitch Moreland, Ian Kinsler, Elvis Andrews to face Tyler Chatwood, coming off his 1-2-3 second. Tyler with 1 strikeout, 1 walk, a couple of hits allowed. Moreland, the first baseman, hitting .260 with 16 home runs, 51 runs batted in. Had the night off last night. Off-speed pitch for a strike.
That's a big pitch for him to develop as that curveball and have the confidence to throw it for strikes. And then when you get ahead of the count, that's the one you throw in the dirt and trust your catcher to be able to block that pitch to get a swing and miss.
In the air, hit well toward left field. Vernon Wells giving chase. Makes the catch for the first out. Fans, follow the Halos at foxsportswest.com/Angels. You can read Joe McDonald's column on how the Angels never gave up. And check out our Angels poll question. Who do you think the Angels MVP is this season? Ibar, Downs, Kendrick, Trumbo, or Weaver? We know that Mark Trumbo has been given the award by his fellow teammates, but we want to hear from you. Who do you think is the team MVP?
And I don't think the Angels can vote on as far as a pitcher in that one, so the fans can still do that also. Trumbo's had a fantastic year. No doubt in my mind, AL Rookie of the Year.
Yep. Jared Weaver was given the Nick Adenhart Award for Best Pitcher. The pregame ceremony a couple of days ago. Kinsler takes that one downstairs. It's 2 balls and no strikes. Two-0 pitch. Strike. Boston has closed out the Baltimore Orioles, so the Red Sox and the Rays remain tied atop the American League wild card, 8-7. Papelbon giving up a run in the ninth. Going to the last day.
When you think about Papelbon, he threw a lot of pitches tonight to close that game out, but just the other day in New York when he had that day-night doubleheader, he had a pitch 2 1/3 innings. A lot of pitches there, so you wonder how much he has left in the tank in case it does go to a play-in game.
Strike on the outside corner. Kinsler doesn't seem to like the call. It's a full count. Kinsler extending his hitting streak to 6 games with a first-inning base hit, but then was picked off. (3-2), and that is hit well to deep left field. Wells giving chase, back at the wall, gone. We're tied at 1 as Ian Kinsler has hit his 32nd home run of the year.
Well, the amazing thing about Kinsler is his ability to hit the ball out of the ballpark with that type of swing that he has, an uppercut swing, still very fast on the inner half and can get his hands up through on a high pitch. The ball's about belt high or above, but still able to get his hands through the baseball with it. Still, the uppercut swing knocks it out. Home run number 32, RBI number 77.
Matches his career high for home runs back in 2009.
204th home run hit this year by the Rangers.
Two balls and no strikes. Kinsler now the team leader in home runs as the leadoff man. One better than Adrian Beltre. 2-0 pitch. Andrews takes that one upstairs. 3 balls and no strikes.
And you mix in the fact he has 29 stolen bases too, along with 32 home runs. That's a Ricky Henderson type leadoff hitter.
And he struggled too average wise early on. I mean, he's at 253 at the start of the day, but he's had to battle to get to that point. But as those struggles were going on, as you see Chatwood walking Andrews on 4 straight pitches, he was still hitting home runs and still stealing bases when he got on base.
You know what? He just gives you a professional at bat. He's not out there just looking to necessarily flare a ball into the outfield. He's swinging hard. He's got a pretty good eye at the plate too. He will work a walk.
Mike Butcher talking things over now.
Anytime you see Tyler Chatwood with 4 pitches elevated like that, he's getting extremely fast with his mechanics. He's already landing before he's getting his arm through, and that's exactly what Mike Butcher's telling him out there now. You're getting too quick. Slow it down. Slow down the game.
And again, I know we've talked about this a couple of times as Hamilton settles in at the plate. He drew a walk himself in the first. Andrews with a pretty good lead. This one lined into center field. First pitch fastball. Hamilton not letting it go by. 2 on, 1 out for Michael Young. But when it comes to Tyler, and I'm sure there's a lot of things that will be worked on in the offseason going into spring training as far as mechanics are concerned. Can you perhaps even incorporate a Felix Hernandez kind of twist to try to slow him down?
That might be something, because even in that video right there, we're going to go back to a little bit later on. In fact, his foot is already landing while his arm is still getting in the proper throwing motion. That's so difficult to work downstairs when you're already that way, because it's going to force your elbow down, and then you're going to elevate the fastball. Yes, he can throw at 93, 94, but he's going to live and be very successful in the major league level when it's down in the strike zone. Here, guys, we can see it. Just when he gets to this point, very quick through his mechanics. He's already about ready to land. He's landing right there. Stop right there, guys. You can see he's landing, and he's not even getting his arm through the proper throwing motion as he go through right now. Very difficult to keep your elbow in position to stay down in the strike zone.
And even more so, it would seem, for a guy who is a quote-unquote drop and drive guy, to stay on top of the pitch and get that downhill motion when your arm is dragging through the arm slot.
Exactly. I think you're right about that, Victor. Mike Butcher's going to figure out some way, and we talked for a long time about what Tyler Chatwood has to do, and he's going to talk to him a lot during the wintertime as far as allowing him to get his arm through. And he's got a great live arm. You can't teach that. He's got he's not the biggest guy in the world, but he's got an incredible arm. But to utilize that and maximize that arm strength and arm action, you have to have the good lower part of your body fluid with your throwing motion to be successful.
And the one thing that has stood out from Tyler, even though he has struggled from the numbers standpoint, he's never pitched scared. He has never gone out of the mound and looked scared or like a deer in headlights, especially for such a young man. This one shot down the right field line, slicing foul. The count remains at 0-2 on Young.
Exactly. He competes. I mean, at one point during the year, he was up there in the major league leaders as far as double play balls. And there was a lot of times first and second no outs, good sinker, gets a ground ball double play. A lot of younger pitchers would be out there panicking. Next thing you know, it's 3 or 4 runs given up.
So he's got a great test tonight with this lineup. Michael Young's already got a hit against him. That was in the first, so he's 1 for 1. With 1 out at 2 on, a 1-1 tie. Boy, he shoots one into right field. Trout is coming up and firing. Andrews trying to score. He does so, and it's 2-1. Texas is on board as Michael Young picks up his second hit and his 106th run batted in. Not a bad pitch either by Chatwood with 2 strikes, but Young with that inside-out approach.
And that's the thing that makes Michael Young so special. His ability to hit with 2 strikes on him. And inside, didn't get in quite enough on him, but that was the proper way to try to get him out, especially out of the count, go inside. As far as right-handed batters and the ability to hit with 2 strikes, I always make a comparison. Alan Trammell and Cal Ripken Jr. Very good as far as look in early, look away late. And that's what Michael Young does so well.
First and third with 1 out. Here's Adrian Beltre, and the Angels start to get action going in the bullpen. Chatwood getting ready to throw his 50th pitch and a nasty sinker down and in. 0-1. There's Jerome Williams beginning to play catch. Williams had to start Saturday against Oakland. Picked up his 4th win as Beltre grounds one through the hole on the left side. It is 3-1 Texas. Beltre with his 104th run batted in. 5 straight have reached since getting the leadoff man, Mitch Moreland, won a fly ball to left field.
The big thing for Tyler here is, like we mentioned, slowing down the game, but also as a young pitcher, it happens often when you're giving up some hits, all of a sudden you try to throw a little harder, a lot more fastballs. Well, hitters, especially a lineup like the Rangers, sense that, and they're gearing up for fastballs. That's why you take something off the fastball, throw a curveball or slider like that to get him out front and hopefully roll over, hit a ground ball to an infielder.
Home run, a walk, and 3 straight base hits allowed by Chatwood. Texas scoring its first 3 runs. Fastball high, 2-0. Napoli grounded out to Callaspo, leading off to second, so he's 0 for 1. This one hit well towards center field. Borges moving to his right is there. He'll track it down. Young tags from second. He'll head to third. Beltre heads back to first. 2 outs. Chatwood to face Nelson Cruz with 2 outs and runners at first and third base. The 8th batter to come to the plate for Texas. Cruz grounded out to short in his second inning AB, so he's 0 for 1. .55 pitches thrown by the right-hander, 30 for strikes, 25 balls. 1 punch out, 2 walks. Swing and a miss. Good location, good movement.
Nice change up there, too. Yep. And the lessons he's learned this year, and able to watch Dan Herron, Jared Weaver pitch, even Irvin Santana, the same thing, how they change speeds off all their pitches. It's going to be an invaluable lesson for him to take into the offseason.
Cruz pulls one towards short, and Romine can't get it. It's into left. A run will score, and it's 4-1. Mike Scioscia's coming out. That's going to be it for Tyler Chatwood. We've got ourselves a pitching change. 4 runs have been plated here. We got ourselves a pitching change. 4-1 Texas. Southern California Ford dealers. Visit us today and trade up to Ford. And buy Jack in the Box. For a limited time, Jack's really big chicken sandwich combo is back for only $3.99 plus tax at participating restaurants. Texas leading at 4-1. They have batted around here in the 3rd inning. Jerome Williams takes over on the mound. Rod Carew signing autographs out of the concourse. Well, it was awesome. 81 games, well, 80 games. Former Angels being trotted out, alumni, throwing out the ceremonial first pitch and then signing autographs. Except you decided to just come up here and do a game instead.
You know, I figured, you needed some company up here.
Yeah. Yeah, that Mark Gubas stamp. just had the folks down there just stamp the card.
Yeah, it's such an easy last name to be able to figure out anyhow.
Absolutely.
Yeah, no question.
Jerome 4-0, as I pointed out, got to start Saturday against Oakland. Picked up the win. Comes on with 2 outs. Runners at first and second. Beltre, the runner, at second base. Nelson Cruz at first. David Murphy, the batter. Swinging first pitch. Grounds one over to second base. Kendrick's got it. The inning comes to an end, but not before Texas scores 4. Takes the lead as we hit the bottom of the third. Rangers lead at 4-1. Score of 4-1 of Andrew Romine leading things off. 9-1-2 against Colby Lewis. Lewis had a 1-2-3 second inning. Romine 1 for 13 with the Angels this season. Takes a strike. Switch hitter getting to start over at shortstop today. Pulls this one into right field. It's a leadoff knock. I caught up with Andrew before the game. It just happened to, as I was getting to the ballpark, walking downstairs by the clubhouse and the dugout entrance. He came around the corner there, and I had to ask him about Austin, his brother, who's been getting a lot of playing time behind the plate for the New York Yankees, and asked him, does he have a chance to make the postseason roster? And he says, I don't know yet. They haven't said anything, but he is getting an awful lot of playing time, and it doesn't look like Montero is going to be seeing a whole lot of time behind the plate, as good a hitter as he is. So there's a potential. That's pretty cool.
Yeah, I mean,
and he looks good behind the plate too.
Very solid defensively. And they need that. Russell Martin is really their primary catcher right now. He's had some health issues not only this season but in the past few seasons.
Yeah, we saw him here when they called him up. The Yankees did as Trout fouls this one back.
Does that go to the world's most interesting man?
That is the world's most interesting man, Amaury P. Gonzalez, Spanish language broadcaster. Sitting next to Jose Tolentino. It's funny, we can catch the foul balls. Hit it to the Ranger side? No chance. They're ducking.
Chance.
Either that way, well, they're not paying attention or they're ducking.
Well, they probably figure, well, you know what? We could swing the bat. We're not going to worry about playing defense.
Romine takes off, and it's a stolen base for Andrew. Second of the game against Napoli. They're just finishing up on Austin. I mean, a terrific defensive catcher.
I think when you're setting your postseason roster, you're going to have your guys going to play, especially in the American League. You're not going to pinch hit a whole lot, but you have to have somebody at least could play some positions defensively well in case that's something you have to do.
Trout grounds one to short. Young retires him for the first down.
So I think there's a strong possibility they would put him on the roster because he's shown enough defensively. You know, if you're facing, say, the Rangers, that's a team that steals a lot of bases. Now, if you pinch run or do something for Russell Martin late in the game, they could put him in defensively to slow down that running game. Now, Detroit, on the other hand, now they don't run a whole lot. They have Austin Jackson that can run. They rely on the long ball. They got some guys that can crush the baseball, so it's a little different feel.
Borges just out in front of this one. Hooks one foul down the left field line. It's no balls and a strike. Tigers ended up winning tonight 9-6. So Texas with a victory would remain a game up on the Tigers as far as the head-to-head.
And the Tigers had the tiebreaker if they ended up even.
Romine with a base hit, and a stolen base stands at second. With one out here in the third, Borges had a bunt single. His first time up. Shoots this one toward the alley in right center field. That's going to go all the way to the wall, and Borges, more than likely, is going to end up at third.
That's unreal.
Easily. 4-2 Texas. The 11th triple of the season for Peter Borges.
That baseball is the right center field. Another real good swing. You talk about it, the adjustments he's made during the course of the season, shorting up his stride, leveling off his bat and driving the ball well the other way. Sliding in there rather easily for a triple. Double figures in triples, doubles, home runs, stolen bases. Phenomenal, phenomenal season for Peter Borges.
Picks up his 43rd run batted in. Bobby Abreu will step up. Infield back. Texas will give up the run for the out. The only guy playing in is Beltre at third base. Bobby looks at the breaking pitch for a strike. Abreu had a sacrifice fly in the first inning, notching his 60th run batted in. This one looped out toward shallow center field. Hamilton's coming on, slides, makes the catch. Borges was off the bag. At the last minute, went back to the bag to try to tag. And Hamilton will go out there and replace the divot. 2 outs.
Hamilton's certainly one of the bigger center fielders you're going to see, but he's so fast. Gets good reads, plays a shallow outfield, whether it's left field or center field. Good jump, look that baseball right into the glove, sliding in, makes the play, and then getting up the throw right away, knowing that the Angels are going to be aggressive with that.
So man at third base with 2 outs now. Kendrick at the plate. He struck out against Lewis in the first. One ball, one strike. Boy, Howie so far tonight just unable to figure out that little cut fastball that Lewis has. And he stays pretty much away from right-handed hitters with that pitch. Going back outside, it's 2-1.
And pitchers are going to stay out there until you make an adjustment.
Two-1. Fouled off to the right. It's 2 balls, 2 strikes. The Angels getting a run here on the RBI triple by Borges, who stands at third base. Romine scoring on that triple. Didn't miss by much, a full count.
That's a pretty good spot with that fastball. Fortunately for Howie, stays alive.
3-2, a swing and a miss. Down goes Kendrick. Borges is stranded over at third. The Halos do get one through three. They trail it 4-2. Our AT&T trivia question. The Texas Rangers have won 2 straight American League West titles. Which 3 teams have won 3 or more consecutive West titles? Texas has sent up 9-1-2 in the 4th. It's the same guys that started things off against Tyler Chatwood. Mitch Moreland, Ian Kinsler, and Elvis Andrews. Texas batting around in the 3rd, scoring 4 times. Chatwood, by the way, finishes off his season 2 2/3 innings with this start. 1 strikeout, 2 walks, 7 hits, 4 runs, all earned. Also gave up the home run to Kinsler. Moreland's 0 for 1. He had a fly ball to left to start that 3rd inning. Ground ball toward the middle. Romine to his left has it. 1 away.
And now it's time for a Coors Light cold hard blast in Kinsler. 1 out in the 3rd inning. Texas down by 1, gets a fastball, inner part of the plate, turns on, hits it out for his 32nd home run of the season. That was a Coors Light cold hard blast.
2 for 2 night for Kinsler with a base hit and that home run. I guess he figured he didn't want to get picked off again. Tyler got him picked off in the 1st. Still 1 stolen base shy at 30. Jerome Williams delivers a strike here, and it's 0-1. Jerome came on with 2 outs in the 3rd inning. He got David Murphy on 1 pitch to finish that frame. Foul back to the right, it's 0-2. With that start Saturday against Oakland, figured that Jerome will at least be given an opportunity in spring training to try to earn a spot. At 6 1/3, gave up 1 run on 5 hits.
He's done a great job as far as making an adjustment from when he first came up to the major league level. That spot, that arm slot he throws, that 3/4 delivery, they can sink the fastball, he can cut the fastball. An excellent changeup. And his curveball slider very effective too when he stays downstairs with those pitches.
Go with the breaking pitch there. 2 balls, 2 strikes. With that previous pitch, great location on the inside corner. It was Dreckman not giving Williams the call.
Yeah, similar pitch where Colby Lewis against Howie Kendrick last inning. He's not calling that spot.
2-2. This one pulled down the line. Kinsler going for extra bases is going to end up at second with a double. Now a triple shy of the cycle. He's 3 for 3.
And a real bad pitch too out in front. Breaking pitch, it was spinning The speed was good, just a little bit too high in the strike zone.
34th double for Kinsler. Elvis Andrus at the plate with 1 out.
Well, Kinsler just swings the bat well against the Angels. Coming into this game today, a .303 career hitter against the Angels, including 12 home runs, now 13 home runs.
Andrus 0 for 1 with a ground out to third, drew a 4-pitch walk in the 3rd inning. Came around to score. It's 1-0. The National League, St. Louis Cardinals look like they're going to tie up the Atlanta Braves National League wild card. They've tacked on 3 more in the 8th. They lead the Astros 12-6. Good effort on the pickoff attempt. So it's going to go down to the last game of the regular season.
And I'll be quite honest, about 2-3 weeks ago, I just assumed the Atlanta Braves were in the playoffs. They were up by a lot,
just like
in
the
that
Red
wild
Sox.
card.
Yeah.
Yes. I mean, with their bullpen, you thought that was a no-doubter. But the reality is their starting pitchers kept getting hurt, and they had to pitch so many innings out of their bullpen. They're tired right now.
Joe Blanton will go for the Phillies tomorrow against Tim Hudson. And in Houston, Chris Carpenter against Brett Myers.
I'm calling a 1-game play-in for those two teams.
On Thursday?
Yep.
They both win tomorrow, assuming St. Louis finishes it off tonight.
Yeah,
they
you never
they
know.
had that game, was it last Thursday against the Mets?
What, 6-2?
They
were
scored.
even?
Mets scored 6 times in the top of the 9th inning, and that was on a day that Atlanta was off. And at that point, I think would have made it 1, right? 1-game deficit.
Yep. And at that point, Atlanta probably had to feel, okay, that was our break. But they continue to lose.
But just like the Red Sox the other day when they defeated the Yankees in extra innings, thought that was the game that was going to get them going over this 3-game set. But they lost last night. Bounced back today.
And they were very sketchy closing out that game tonight in Baltimore. Well, Prince Fielder hitting 3 home runs tonight for Milwaukee in their game, tying Matt Kemp for the lead in the National League as far as home runs.
Kinsler takes off, no throw. And he's picked up his 30th stolen base of the season. He is now officially a 30-30 guy.
Pretty impressive. He got a great jump here. Well, no chance for Conger at all. He's timing it.
Alfonso Soriano, Brandon Phillips. The other 2 guys as Andrus works a walk.
I bet Mickey Mantle's quote that one time when Jose Canseco became the first 40-40 guy. He goes, if I thought that meant anything, I would have did it every single year.
He was pretty good.
Yeah. You think? That's one of the best quotes.
Yeah.
I mean, that's pure Mickey Mantle, too. Well, if I thought it meant something, I did it every year.
Probably could have, too. Here's Hamilton. Swinging first pitch, comes up empty. Hamilton with a walk, a base hit, and a run scored. Hey, the American League side of things tomorrow. The Rays have David Price going against to be announced.
He's pretty tough. He's got good stuff.
TBA is pretty good.
Yeah, he does. He's got a good fastball.
He can go almost every day.
Yeah, just about.
Quick throw to first. Andrus is back. The Red Sox will have John Lester on 3 days rest. Alfredo Simon going for the Orioles.
Well, he could be nasty. There's no question. He's got a great fastball, but he also could be wild.
And if those 2 teams remain tied, the Rays and the Red Sox, they'll play a 1-game play-in Thursday in St. Petersburg. The Rays had the season series against the Red Sox. Could be a fun Thursday.
I wonder who will be on the hill for the Red Sox. Wakefield, Lackey?
Whoever's got a pulse.
Yes.
It's Johnny Holstaff, isn't it?
No question. Everyone's available.
Yeah. Oh, 2 count here on Hamilton. Kinsler with a double and a stolen base. Andrews with a walk. Here's the 0-2. Popped him up. Kayaspo into foul territory. Conger's going out there as well, and nobody can make the catch. Miscommunication. And Hamilton's at-bat will continue. That is clearly Alberto Kayaspo's baseball all the way.
And I was just going to say, what a perfect pitch by Williams. A changeup gets Hamilton out in front.
No business whatsoever of Hank Conger being that far out there, number one to begin with. Alberto Kayaspo
didn't seem like anybody was calling the baseball. But that's a routine play for a third baseman.
Why wouldn't you?
Exactly.
Especially with Hamilton at the plate, as you pointed out, making a terrific pitch on him. Andrews takes off. The pitch is up high. The throw down to second. Not a time. A stolen base for Andrews. And a 1-2 count now on Hamilton. As we talked about too this year, the entire season, not just on a play like that, but when you play teams like this that are capable of bunching runs and doing it very quickly. Yankees, the Red Sox, when they were going good for the first 5 months of the season, you can't give them extra outs. You just can't.
That's got to be the thing that you talk about during the offseason to bring in the spring training, as far as the extra out given away. And if you're not having a team that's going to score a ton of runs that can make up for those mistakes, then you have to make all those plays. I mean, these are routine plays, and Mike Scioscia is all about. We've seen him go out in New York and talk to the infielder and say, listen, somebody call for that baseball. I want somebody to make that play.
Infield in. Here's the 2-2. Hamilton lifts this one out towards shallow left center field. Wells and Borges. Borges is there. Kinsler is tagging. Here comes the throw home. Slightly up the line. Kinsler scores, and it's 5-2. Boy, if that throw does not sail on Borges, would have been interesting at the plate. But the minute it started to tail on him up the line, Kinsler was going to score easily.
Again, right decision for Peter Borges to make that play, because he's coming in on the baseball. Vernon Wells is going away. More difficult throw. So he got himself in real good throwing position. And again, he was a little bit on that side of the field, the third base side of it, and the ball ran that way towards the base.
Credit Hamilton with a sacrifice fly. Picks up his 94th run batted in. His second out is recorded. Here's Michael Young. Andrews at second. Young with 2 hits tonight, 2 for 2. An RBI and a run scored.
Got to be in that MVP conversation.
He'll get consideration. Ground ball to the left side. Kayaspo tried to apply or tag to Andrews, but ends up throwing on to first base. He missed on the tag. Texas gets a run. We hit to the bottom of the 4th. It's 5-2 Rangers. To support Stand Up to Cancer and their work to fund groundbreaking research that helps accelerate treatment to patients. For more information, please visit standuptocancer.org/Fox Sports. Halos down 5-2. Vernon Wells, Alberto Callaspo, Efren Navarro to face Colby Lewis. Right-handers picked up 3 strikeouts and walked 1. He's allowed 3 hits. Wells 0 for 1 with one of those strikeouts Lewis has picked up. But Colby falls behind here. 2 balls and no strikes. This one popped up in the shallow center field. Kinsler makes a catch. 1 away. Fans, tomorrow's Kids Free Ticket Day at the Big A. Kids 12 and under receive a free ticket to the Angels game with a full price paid adult admission. This offer only available at the Angels Stadium ticket windows. Limit of 5 free kids tickets for every full price paid adult ticket. Remember, tomorrow it's a 5:05 start. Garrett Richards getting the start for the Angels. Callaspo looks at a fastball for a strike.
When you look at it, Colby Lewis going into his 4th inning now. Yesterday we've seen C.J. Wilson go 2, but Colby Lewis is not going to pitch till probably the game 4. So Ron Washington, if he can, would like to stretch him out and allow him to throw upwards of 85 to 100 pitch range to make sure he's strong and ready for that game 4 start, if needed.
Callaspo strikes out swinging. 2 outs. Strikeout number 4 now for Lewis. Brings up Navarro. When Young was at the plate, I was looking at his numbers with the 2 for 2 hit. They had calculated at 340 average before the ground out. Start looking at the American League batting title. Miguel Cabrera today for the Tigers went 2 for 5. So his average at 343. So there's a little side story going into tomorrow's game.
Why is that name not thrown in there as far as MVPs?
Absolutely.
I mean, Miguel Cabrera has put up monster numbers. Everyone's giving it to Adrian Gonzalez, Curtis Granderson, both having great years, even Jacoby Ellsbury in that talk. But for me, Miguel Cabrera is having just as good a year, if not better.
343 average after tonight's game, 30 home runs, 105 runs batted in, an OPS of 1,032.
That's pretty good.
Yeah. Effort fouls it off the left. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Cabrera in September has hit .425 with 6 home runs and 21 runs batted in.
That's seeing the ball and hitting the ball, don't you think?
Yep. Navarro goes down swinging a 1-2-3 for Colby Lewis. 4 complete. And Texas on top 5-2. and the Angels.
I actually knew that when I had to lay low. Not too often I actually know something. Dean Chance isn't in there.
Keep that pie hole shut.
Yes, no question.
Top of the fifth, 5-2 Texas. Jerome Williams back out on the bump, facing Beltre, Napoli, and Cruz. And if you hear some sort of loud talker in the background, it's former Angels lefty Clyde Wright coming into the booth.
Hey, did Clyde throw a no-hitter?
Clyde did throw a no-hitter. You want him to tell you about it? One of the all-time best. Great barbecue, too, by the way.
Extremely good.
Oh. It's a good thing we don't get any for free up here. Beltre swinging a miss, and it's 0-2. Williams came on with 2 outs in the third inning. He's gone an inning and a third. Gave up a run in the fourth inning. Breaking pitch down low. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Beltre 1 for 2 night. RBI base hit and the fielder's choice. 104 runs batted in on the year. Missed some time.
I mean, he was out for a pretty good chunk of time, and still with that amount of RBIs. It's amazing how when he takes that inside fastball, the way he moves his feet, and he even does that sometimes as the pitch is being delivered, yet still quick through the baseball.
First season with Texas. He fouls this one. The count remains at 2 balls, 2 strikes.
Almost looked like that baseball came up and hit him, his body, after off the ground.
And Beltre going on the DL back on July 23rd with a strained left hamstring, re-aggravated on August 6th. Did not go around. The pitch missed off the plate, and it's a full count. Cruz has had some hamstring issues. Hamilton missed some time. That was this year, remember? When he slid into home plate at Comerica Park as Beltre bolts one out to deep left field. Wells pulls up, and that one into the bullpen. A solo shot by Adrian Beltre makes 6-2 Texas.
Well, it's amazing those numbers. 32 home runs, 105 RBI on the season for Adrian Beltre. You talk about the time he has missed, yet he still has unreal numbers. Well, he was behind in the count 0-2, fought his way back to a 3-2 count, then he gets a fastball inner half and hits it out of the ballpark.
32nd of the year. He and Kinsler are tied once again. Napoli looks at a fastball for a strike. Mike's 0 for 2. He's grounded out to third. He's hit a fly ball to center. Good off-speed pitch. Foul tipped by Napoli. 1-2. Rangers with 9 hits tonight. Through 4 innings plus 1 batter. Halos have managed 3 against Colby Lewis. Two on its way. And that is skied high deep, but foul down the left field side. It's a pretty good poke out there.
And you wouldn't think you'd have a chance to get into baseball where you're sitting there. But they missed an opportunity.
Fouled off to the right. Not too many guys in this Rangers lineup get cheated with their swings. This one fouled back just off of Conger's body.
Even with 2 strikes.
Yeah.
Doesn't seem like they changed their approach a whole lot. They're confident at the plate. A lot of power. They do have speed in their lineup. For me, again, you got to make them uncomfortable at the plate. That's the best way to pitch against this Ranger club, is make them uncomfortable at the plate early in the count.
Breaking pitch lifted in the air to deep left center field. Wells back at the warning track, at the wall. Back-to-back home runs for Texas. 7-2. Over the hanging breaking ball.
Again, Napoli, in his mind, was a no-doubter. Well, he could hit some high home runs.
Nelson Cruz trying to make it 3 in a row. Pulled off a slider. Napoli with his 27th of the year. 1 ball, 1 strike. So Chatwood gave up 4 at his 2 2/3. Williams has allowed 3 so far. Off the end of the bat, 1 and 2. Home run by Napoli, the 3rd one he's hit against the Angels this year. Fouled off to the right. One-two to Cruz. It's going to be 3 consecutive home runs hit by Texas. 8-2. Back-to-back home runs for the Texas Rangers here to start the 5th.
And we talked about 2-strike approaches not changing a whole lot for this Ranger ball club. Hits that one out with 2 strikes on him. His 29th home run of the season.
Jerome Williams is done. Pitching change. We're in the 5th with nobody out. 8-2 Texas. Shakey's. Enter to win a Shakey's Bunch of Lunch Buffet now. Go to Shakey's.com to enter. Get more information. Multiple winners will be drawn every day. And by your Southern California Toyota dealers. All Texas so far, 8-2 here in the fifth inning. Jerome Williams unable to get anybody out of here in the fifth, giving up back-to-back home runs to Beltre, Napoli, and Cruz as Horatio Ramirez takes over on the mound. That's the first time an Angels pitcher has allowed 3 consecutive home runs since June 9th, 2008 against the Tampa Bay Rays. Evan Longoria, Willie Ibar, and Deanna Navarro doing that.
Well, we've seen out of Jerome Williams, he's been more consistent, certainly been much better pitcher when he starts as compared to coming out of the bullpen. Now, whether it's, are you warm, are you ready to go, you're able to use all your pitches at that point, but it's definitely been a different Jerome Williams out of the bullpen as compared to a starting pitcher.
I can't imagine there are too many Detroit Tiger fans thrilled with what's going on here in this ballpark right now, especially once they learned that Ervin Santana was not going to get to start today and Jared Weaver is not going to get to start tomorrow. I mentioned earlier how Texas has a 1-game advantage as far as second best record in the American League behind the New York Yankees. So you throw a Tyler Chatwood out there, you throw a bunch of rookies in the lineup, and if you're the Tigers, you're sitting there, wait a second, there's still something left to be played for, is there not?
Definitely. I mean, again, it's who plays the Yankees in that first round. Or you play the wild card team coming out of the East, so it's going to be Rangers versus the wild card or the Tigers versus the wild card.
Terrific diving stop by Howie, but may have rolled his wrist. Looked like it curled underneath him. The ball popped out of his glove, and Murphy will get a base hit out of it.
Well, right away you can see it. I'm not so sure he's going to be able to stay in the game here.
You're having quite a game.
Well, you see right there, just turned it over as he reached out and made the play with the glove, and the hand gets bent back.
Figured Meiser Asturis would come on, play some second base. Nope, Alexi Amarista has grabbed his glove. So Amarista will take over at second.
Looks like he keeps flexing that thumb.
So Amarista's ready to go. Nobody out. Murphy standing at first. Mitch Moreland, the batter. 12 hits for Texas now. First pitch fastball in for a strike. Horatio Ramirez pitching in his 12th game with the Angels this year. 1-0 record, a 7.71 ERA, 7 innings, 15 hits. Opponent's hitting .484 against him as that pitch misses down and in. It's 1 ball, 1 strike. Horatio, the third pitcher of the night. Tyler Chatwood, 2 2/3. Jerome Williams inning into third, 1 walk, 4 hits, 3 home runs, 4 runs all earned. Moreland looks the fastball outside. 2 balls, 2 strikes. 2-2. Swing and a miss. Moreland goes down swinging for the first out. Let's go to our friends at Prime Ticket and their special look from the dugout view.
Number 5, second baseman, Ian Kinsler.
All right, Angels! Turn it around!
Head to the bottom of the 5th inning. It is 8-2 Texas. To 2, and here in the bottom of the 5th inning, Conger, Romine, and Trout against Colby Lewis. Lewis delivers outside. Lewis had a 1-2-3 4th inning. He's got 5 strikeouts on the night, 1 walk. The Angels have managed 3 hits against the right-handed. Hank Scott went out toward right field his first time up. Puts this one out toward left center field. There's out number 1 to start the 5th. And Andrew Romine will come to the plate. Andrew had a leadoff base hit starting the 3rd inning. Came around to score on the RBI triple by Peter Borges. Andrew also picked up a stolen base. 1 for 1 now. Once we get word on Howie Kendall, we'll certainly pass it along as Romine skies this one out toward left center field. Hamilton makes the catch. 2 outs. Fans sign up today for the 2nd annual Angels 5 Kid and Kids Fun Run on April 22nd, 2012. Participants will run a course that goes through Angel Stadium. For more details and to sign up today, visit angels.com/5K. Proceeds from the event will benefit the Angels Baseball Foundation.
Well, the one thing about Colby Lewis, we talked about, he does have that ability, or at times makes mistakes that gives up home runs. But he's been a guy that's around the strike zone, works quickly, tries to stay down. That's when he gets in trouble, when he elevates fastballs or breaking pitches. But tell you what, he's a guy that when you look at this Ranger club in the postseason, certainly gives them a chance in that fourth game because he throws a lot of strikes.
Two balls and no strikes on Mike Trout, getting to start in the leadoff spot tonight. And Joe walked, stole a base, and scored a run in the first. And grounded out to Michael Young at short in the third. 0 for 1. Takes a strike on that 3-0 fastball. 3-1 now. Mike pulls it foul. Hope you enjoyed that dugout view. It's over on Prime Ticket. You just got interviewed by Billy Mack.
Yeah, it was a lot of fun.
Not a whole lot of stuff going on here in the booth tonight.
No, nothing at all.
Nothing at all. Regular game. Trout fouls that one back, and that went off the mask of Bruce Dreckman, the home plate umpire.
This one got straight back, directly off the mask. Fox mode shows how much that mask moved when the baseball hit it square. When you think about it, the umpires are basically on the road the whole season. Talk about 81 games at home for each team. But the umpires are always on the road, it seems to be. They get a few weeks vacation time during the year.
A towering pop-up on the left side of the infield. Belcher comes on into foul territory, calls off Napoli, makes a catch. A 1-2-3 inning, 5 of the books, 8-2 Texas.
Freeze cam back in the first inning. Tyler Chatwood with a quick move, throw over the Navarro at first base. The tag is applied before the fingers touch the base. Chatwood's second pickoff of the year. Great tag by Navarro at first base. Inzer denied at that point an opportunity to steal number 30 on the season. And that was our Coors Light Freeze Cam, brought to you by Frost Brew Coors Light. Elvis Andrews going to lead off here in the top of the sixth against Ramirez, back out for his second inning of work. First pitch, off-speed pitch, down in the strike zone. Andrews, the guy last night, had 4 hits. Tonight so far 0 for 1 with 2 walks, a run scored. putting a lot of pressure once again on the defense with that speed. Fastball high, now behind in the count, 2-0. Big thing when you look at the Angels out of the bullpen in particular, it's being falling behind in the count. And another 2-0 count right here to lead off the inning against a very good hitter in Elvis Andrus. And the ground ball up the middle. Romine over to first base, a 6-3. First out of the inning on the ground ball out by Ramirez.
It's kids run the broadcast booth day.
Oh, yeah.
Nice job, Gooby. Get the first down here in the 6th inning.
Finally got it out. Good night, everybody.
Josh Hamilton will step to the plate here against Ramirez. Doing the
where were you at?
We were doing the dugout view.
I missed you.
Yeah, did a little tour of the booth. Dean Benson, our stage manager, best guy in the world, one of the hardest working stage managers in the business. I don't care what anybody says, even yourself, Gooby, about him. Just an absolute great guy.
Now who's that?
Exactly. So I had to introduce Dean. I had to introduce Norm as well.
Did Norm do the dance for you?
He did. Peanut butter jelly dance. Nice play by Efren Navarro there for out number 2. You kidding me? Norm's never seen a camera he did not like. He's kind of like the Kurt Schilling of stats guys.
Or Hershiser back in his Dodger days.
Yep. So 2 quick outs for Horatio Ramirez and Michael Young at the plate. Bouncer to short. Romine's got it. Horatio Ramirez with a 1-2-3-6. We head to the bottom of the 6th inning. Halos down 8-2.
By authority of the Angels. Presented by authority of the Angels and may not be reproduced or retransmitted in any form, and the accounts and descriptions of this game may not be disseminated without the express written consent of the Angels.
8-2. Texas is on board here in the bottom of the 6th inning. Borges, Abreu, and Amarista against Colby Lewis. First pitch is a strike. Peters had a nice game. 2 hits, a single and a triple, and also picked up an RBI. His 43rd of the year. Chopper over to third. Beltre has it. 1 out. Not in a row retired by Lewis since that triple to Peter in the 3rd.
You can see by that reputation of Peter Borges going down the line how quickly Adrian Beltre got rid of that baseball. Good strong throw as usual from Beltre at third base, but Borges going hard down the line forces the defense to be a little more aggressive. And that's why you're going to see him over the years. Borges get a lot more base hits because it forces the corner infielders in because of his ability to bunt now.
Abreu looks at a strike. Bobby with a sacrifice fly in the 1st and a fly ball to center in the 3rd. Halos with solo runs in the first and third innings. Texas with 4 in the third, 1 in the fourth, and 3 in the fifth. Brave fouls it off the left, 1-2. Trevor Bell now up and loosening. Horatio Ramirez, 2 innings of work. 1 strikeout, 1 hit. Lewis has thrown 71 pitches, 46 have been strikes. This one lifted down the left field line. Murphy coming on, already shading a Abreu toward the foul line. Makes the catch, 2 outs. Fans, Angel season seat holders making the commitment to renew their 2012 season seats are being entered into a sweepstakes to win an iPad 2. Today's sweepstakes winners, Chuck Patton and Judith Minogue. Congratulations. Thank you for your renewal. To renew your seats today, log on to angels.com/SSH. So 2 outs for Alexi Amarista. In his first plate appearance of the night, came on as a defensive replacement in the fifth. Pardon me, the sixth, when Howie Kendrick rolled his wrist, sprained a wrist. A diving attempt, a base hit by David Murphy. Amarista, 23rd game this year, 160 average, 3 doubles, a triple, 5 runs batted in.
Amarista hitting the number 4 spot in the lineup now, taking over for Howie.
Something he could share with his grandkids at some point. Fastball is in for a strike, 2-1. Ground ball towards second. Kinsler has it. 1, 2, 3 inning down go the Angels. 6 in the books. It is 8-2 Rangers. Field. Our dugout view continues. Leanne Tweed changing the bases too.
Billy Mack looks very comfortable doing that.
Doesn't
he? Yes.
It's one way to get your cardio work in. There's Leanne and Billy Mack. The dugout view on Prime Ticket. New pitcher on the mound for the Angels here in the 7th. Trevor Bell comes on in place of Horatio Ramirez. Nice job by Horatio in his 2 innings of work, giving up a hit. He'll take on Beltre, Napoli, and Cruz. Beltre tonight 2 for 3. A single and a home run. A couple of runs batted in. Fastball is up and in. Mike Gonzalez, a lefty's up. Trevor Bell pitching in his 19th big league game this year. Beltre picks up a single back up the middle. Trevor with a 1-1 record at 3.16 ERA.
What a third hit of the game for Beltre. 2 singles and that home run.
Brings up Mike Napoli. Mike 1 for 3, had a solo home run in the 5th. Texas going with 3 consecutive home runs off Jerome Williams. That ended his night. One 1-0 pitch, breaking ball, missing outside. It's 2-0. Home run Napoli hit his 27th of the year. RBI his 70th. Napoli drives this one out to deep left center field again. Wells back at the wall. Second home run of the night for Mike Napoli. It's 10-2 Texas.
For the 5th home run the Rangers have hit in this game. We had them 208 on the season. Hits in the inner half, thigh high. 28th home run. This is a career high for Mike Napoli.
Nelson Cruz looks at a strike. $14 hits tonight for Texas. Two for 3 night for Cruz. A couple of runs batted in. Oh, 2 pitch. It fouled straight back and it got Conger in the shoulder. Ricocheted off the mask.
Off the shoulder area, that protection they have now. Catchers back in the day, you didn't have that protection on the shoulder.
It doesn't matter if the protection is there. That stuff still hurts.
It's still going to hurt, no question.
It helps.
Definitely.
1 and 2.
That's why I always say pitchers should always take care of the catchers. Dinner is always on the pitcher. They're going to block all your pitches in the dirt. They got to take foul tips, and they got to call the game, and they got to take the blame when the pitch is not thrown exactly where it's supposed to be.
From 0-2 to 2-2, new baseball now for Bell. Only other game that's still ongoing in the American League, Oakland and Seattle, shutting out the Mariners in the 7th. Boston and the Rays remain tied atop the American League wild card. This ground ball is hit to short. It was out number 1 as that bat shattered everywhere.
Running fastball away. A lot of times when you see a bat shatter like that, 3 pieces. It's usually on the inner half.
His boomstick went boom. That's a straight up shatter. Off the end of the bat.
Hitters don't like that. Could have been a gamer for him. He's had success with that. But it's gone now.
Start over. David Murphy, a 1-for-3 night. Had an infield base hit in the 5th. Grounds this one to Amarista. 2 outs.
I wonder how many bats it Mariano Rivera has broken over the years with the Yankees. He's the all-time save leader now in Major League history.
There has to be some sort of somebody keeping track of that, right?
You would think so. They have a staff for everything else.
Yep. Moreland tonight 0-for-3. A fly to left, a ground ball to short, a strikeout. Moreland and Andrews, the only 2 guys without a hit tonight. That pitch is outside. 1 ball, 1 strike. Andrews has been on base twice via the walk. Two balls, 2 strikes. Now toward left center field. Giving chase is Jeremy Moore, and he can't get it. Ground rule double the opposite way. Moore taking over and left for Vernon Wells. And the ground rule double comes flying back onto the field as a fan did want the souvenir.
Moreland, good opposite field power too. Now 22nd double of the season, just over Jeremy Moore's glove.
So back to the top of the order now, and Ian Kinsler, leadoff man. He's had a 3-for-4 game. Triple shot of the cycle with a single home run and a double. Grounded into an inning-ending double play in the 5th. Fastball down the pipe, 1-2. Mike Gonzalez will be coming on to the bottom of the 7th to take on the Angels. Moore, Callaspo, Navarro, the 3 scheduled. This one lifted in the air to shallow left. Romine going out, Moore coming in, and it's Romine making the catch. The inning comes to an end. Texas tacks on 2 more on 3 hits. They lead at 10-2 as we head to the bottom of the 7th.
Dealers. Hall of Famer Reggie Jackson. For 5 seasons, the self-proclaimed straw that stirs the drink brought his show to Anaheim.
That press conference, it was kind of the renaissance of the Angels and put us on the map.
Reggie didn't think that anybody could get him out. Every time he stepped up to home plate, he was going to show you how hard and how far you could hit the ball. I love that about it.
Reggie would hit his 500th home run in an Angel uniform. Bottom of the 7th inning. Rally match still. Alive and kicking.
Worked in Boston. Around what, 2:30 in the morning?
Yeah, it did. You're right. Mike Gonzalez takes over on the mound for Colby Lewis. Jeremy Moore will get his first plate appearance as he came on as a defensive replacement for Vernon Wells. Vernon ending the night going 0 for 2 with a strikeout and a pop-up. Gonzalez acquired from the Baltimore Orioles. 2-2 record at a 4.30 ERA, pitching in his 56th game. 7th with Texas, no record at a 4.50 earning. Moore lines one, and Michael Young knocks it down, but it's going to go as an infield base hit. Jeremy Moore picks up his first major league hit. Congratulations. Leadoff man on board.
That's pretty cool to be able to get that first major league hit.
Snaps a string of 11 consecutive batters retired. Ready to get a pinch hitter here for Arlo Casper. Every ballpark, there's a Major League Baseball representative that authenticates all the memorabilia. It's official.
It is official.
Gil Velasquez. Pinch hitting here for Casper. Looks at a strike.
Remember last year how hard it was for Mark Trumbo to get that first hit? Wasn't it an infield hit?
Yeah. No. For Trumbo, it was a little flare out to shallow right field in Texas. Last game of the season.
I know it wasn't hit well like we've seen all year long this year.
It was just like that one right there. Moore heading to third. The first two have gotten on board here in the 7th. So Velasquez gets his first hit with the Angels.
He's hit the other way. Good approach. Well placed.
First major league hit for Gil Velasquez since 2008. Played in 3 games with the Red Sox. That's his 2nd career hit. And here's Efrain Navarro. He's looking for his first career major league hit. Efrain tonight 0 for 2 with a fly ball to left and a strikeout. No balls and 1 strike. Colby Lewis went 6 innings for Texas, 5 strikeouts, 1 walk, 2 runs, both earned, 3 hits. Fouled off to the left. Watch out. And it's no balls and 2 strikes.
You know what? Navarro's showing a pretty good glove at first base. I'd like to see him get a base hit here. Not only get his first career hit, get an RBI also.
Seven pitches thrown by Gonzalez. 6 have been strikes, but he's given up back-to-back hits to start this hitting. 0-2. Bouncer up the line, foul. Jeremy Moore standing at third base. Velasquez over at first. 0-2 count here on Navarro. Bounces this one toward the middle. Kinsler feeds Young for one. The relay over to first is in time. A double play as Moore crosses the plate. 10-3 Texas. Hey, the Fort CIF Southern Section Game of the Week on Fox Sports West. Two Southland powerhouses battle it out. Santa Margarita Eagles take on the Los Alamitos Griffins. Chuck, one up for the home team Thursday, 7:30 Fox Sports West.
I've been told I know we got a little action here as far as you got Santa Margarita. I've been told I need a few points in this one because Santa Margarita with a new coach.
Oh.
I'm just getting my inside information. It's maybe maybe a touchdown or 10 points.
I didn't know we had action as Conger spins around, hit from the right side.
Well, you know, I'm 1-2 so
now
far on my
points?
picks.
Now you want points, huh? After dogging my pick?
Guess I find out some information.
Conger with a fly to right and a fly to left. Los Al coming off of what, a 56-0 win? You want points. Upstairs, 1 ball, 2 strikes.
For the handshake. I haven't been doing real well with my picks.
Hang with them. Gonzalez bouncing now and not in front of the plate, so it's 2 balls, 2 strikes. No points. Straight up.
All right. Santa Margarita is pretty good. Rumor. That's your home team, though, man. Right there, in the neck of the woods.
Close enough. Proximity.
Yes, it is.
2-2. Conger swing and a miss. That will end the inning. Halos do get a run. We've played 7. Texas up 10-3.
Five home runs, giving him 208 on the season, which is his second most in Major League Baseball behind the New York Yankees. Jeremy Moore getting his first career base hit and ended up scoring a run also.
Elvis Andrus will lead things off here against Trevor Bell in his second inning of work. Fastball is up high. Andrus, Hamilton, and Young. Those are the scheduled 3 guys, although I wouldn't be surprised to see Ron Washington start to remove some of the starters. Although Hamilton now is coming out from the dugout. Andrews serving as a DH for the first time in his career. 0 for 2 with a couple of walks, a couple of groundouts. Chops this one over to third. Gil Velasquez, who stayed in the game after pinch hitting in the 7th, throws out Andrews. There's out number 1. So here's Hamilton. Do you find it odd that 10-3 game for a team that's clinched still? Haven't seen anybody. They didn't remove anybody from the lineup last night. This one is pulled, and what a play by Efren Navarro to the backhand, robbing Hamilton of extra bases, 2 outs.
Yeah, we've seen him make some great plays with that glove. Quick on the reflex, he scoops some low throws over the first base. But this ball is hit extremely hard. One hop on the backhand, makes the play and easily gets to first base in time. They're showing a good glove for Navarro. Yeah, getting back to what you talked about and asked, Victor, it is surprising because we saw that last year. They made a lot of moves during the course of the game, taking people out, resting them. But here we are in the 8th inning, and the starting lineup still intact. Their day off is basically moving around that DH spot. You know, last night Kinsler played DH. Tonight Andrews playing DH. But it's their everyday lineup. Again, you mentioned earlier in the ballgame, it hasn't happened too often for this team where they've had everybody in the lineup. They've had a number of guys hurt at different times during the season. But still, you're just a couple days away from your first round playoff game. Surprising.
Yeah, Thursday is a workout day, a travel day. Although Texas will be taking off after the game tomorrow. They don't know where they're going yet. Wild card still up for grabs. This one out toward right, chasing Trout back a little bit. Mike will track it down. A 1-2-3 inning for Trevor Bell, second time tonight. Texas has gone down in order. We head to the bottom of the 8th, 10-3 Texas.
Lead. Let's take a look at our Land Rover performer. Peter Borges, pretty solid in this game. First inning had a base hit, and then back in the 3rd inning, it's a rocket to right center field for an RBI triple. Giving him triple number 11, RBI number 43 for Peter Borges.
Halos have 9-1-2 to up here in the bottom of the 8th inning. New pitcher on for Texas, Yoshinori Tateyama comes on in relief. 39th game of the year, 2-0 record and a 4.60 ERA.
Not overpowering, it's all about deception in the arm angle. Very, very good changeup. His fastball around 86 to 89 range. Good sweeping breaking ball also.
Tateyama takes over for Mike Gonzalez, who went 1 inning. Gave up a run on a couple of hits, but picked up a strikeout and a double play ball. And it looks like Trevor Bell will be coming back out for the 9th for his 3rd inning of action. Andrew tonight getting to start at shortstop, 1 for 2. Had a base hit, a stolen base, and a run scored in the 3rd inning. And hit a fly ball to left in the 5th. Tatayama's 3/4 sidearm delivery, catching the outside corner. Here's the 0-1 pitch. The frisbee slider. 1-1.
And that's the one pitch. When you rely on sink and placing the fastball in the outer half, you have to have that off-speed pitch you can bring up and change eye level to be effective from that arm angle he throws at.
Andrew ahead of the count at 2 balls and 1 strike. Tatayama signing a 1-year deal with a couple of club options for 2012 and 2013. First foray into Major League Baseball after pitching in Japan. "35 years of age." 3-1 pitch. Fouled back. Full count. Mike Trout is on deck. Peter Borges in the hole. 10 runs, 15 hits, 6 left on for Texas. 3 runs, 5 hits, 2 left on for the Angels. There's a leadoff walk. Second straight inning in which the Angels have gotten their leadoff man on board. Fans visit the official online shop of the Halos at Angels.com. Browse the largest online selection of authentic team gear, including official caps, t-shirts, jerseys, collectibles, and more. Get your team gear straight from the source.
Angels.com.
At Angels.com. Remember, tomorrow night, 5:05 start. Garrett Richards going for the Angels. Matt Harrison going for Texas. Harrison will be limited, you'd think, much like C.J. Wilson was last night with the American League Division Series beginning on Friday.
Well, I think the way Texas is playing right now, I don't think they care who they play in the first round.
Trout pulls one down the line. That's a fair ball. Headed toward the corner. Murphy trying to cut it off. Does so. Romine's going to be stopped at 3rd. It's a double for Mike Trout. 6th of the year. The Angels have runners at 2nd and 3rd with nobody out.
You can see how quick those hands are through the baseball for Trout. And underneath that fastball, right by Beltre at 3rd base. Not an easy thing to do to get it by Beltre. That ball was hit so hard, it will go down in the corner. And Murphy did a nice job of cutting that baseball off. Otherwise, that has a chance of being inside the Parker.
Peter Borges at 2 for 3 tonight. Single and a triple, swinging at that slider. No balls and a strike. The triple for Borges in the 3rd inning up the alley at right center field, his 11th of the year. And the run batted in his 43rd. Texas with a 7-run lead here in the 8th inning, of course, playing their infield back. Romine, the man at 3rd base, and Trout at 2nd. The 0-1 pitch. Breaking pitch outside. 1 ball, 1 strike. Michael Kirkman now is loosened. Borges fouls it off to the right. And it's a ball and 2 strikes. Tatayama's 1-2. Caught the inside corner. Borges goes down looking for the first down. Little backup slider that went into the front door. One away, and Bobby Abreu coming to the plate.
And they got the inside corner. Tampa setting up away, but that breaking ball backed up and got the inside corner.
Abreu tonight is 0 for 2. Did have a sacrifice fly in the first inning. At that point, giving the Angels a 1-0 lead. That lead dissipated in the third inning, and Texas put 4 runs on the board against Tyler Chatwood. Two balls, no strikes. Alexi Amarista on deck. Tatayama, unlike Lewis and Gonzalez, slightly more deliberate on the bump. Bobby pops it up. Beltran into foul territory. Drops. So it's up to Alexi Amarista. Amarista takes down low.
Boy, for hitters, so difficult to stay back. You have a pitcher with that arm angle thrown at, and of course, changing speeds at different angles. Very difficult to stay back in time to make a good pass at the baseball.
1 ball, 1 strike. Alexi taking over for Howie Kendrick. Rolled his wrist. Removed from the game. 0 for 1. He did get a plate appearance in the 6th inning, grounding out to Kinsler at second. The 1-1 pitch. Amarista, big swing and a miss. Tatayama pulling the string on that off-speed pitch, and it's 1-2.
Again, trying to stay back. Once you commit to your swing, your hip opens up. Difficult to keep your hands back long enough to make good contact with the baseball.
The 1-2. Tried to sneak that fastball on the inside corner with a two-seamer. Evens the count.
Makes you think that something's going to be slow on the outer half right now, especially after they showed the fastball inside.
The 2-2. This one lifted in the air to left. David Murphy back a couple of steps. Is there, makes the catch. The inning comes to an end. 8 complete here. And Texas up 10-3. Trevor Bell back out for his third inning of action. Trevor gave up 2 runs on the 2-run home run by Mike Napoli in the 7th. Texas with 5 home runs in this ball game. 15 total hits, but Trevor bounced back and had a 1-2-3-8, retiring Andrews, Hamilton, and Young. And here in the 9th, he'll face Beltre, Napoli, and Cruz. Well, it looks like Matt Trainer has come out to the on-deck circle. Beltre swinging first pitch, fouls one back, and it's no balls and a strike. Rangers third baseman 3 for 4, 2 singles and a home run. 2 runs batted in. He's got 105 RBIs on the year. The home run, his 32nd. That was in the 5th inning against Jerome Williams. This one lifted foul and out of play on the first base shot. It's no balls and 2 strikes. Tyler Chadwood got the start tonight, went 2 2/3. Angels deciding not to start Irvin Santana, so Tyler got the start. 4 runs, 4 earned, 7 hits and a home run. Jerome Williams, an inning and a third, 4 runs for him. And Horatio Ramirez, 2 scoreless. Beltre fouls off the next offense, but still no balls, 2 strikes.
And you would think that Irvin, probably had a say in the fact if he was going to have an opportunity to pitch or not. Certainly when you think about it, he was just an inning and a third away from 230 innings pitched, which would give the Angels 3 pitchers in the rotation with 230 plus innings.
Beltre goes down swinging for the first out.
And that would be the first time since '73 for the Halos to have 3 starting pitchers have 230 plus innings pitched. And Dan Herron and Jerry Weaver both, along with Irvin Santana, have thrown the ball, except to Irvin Santana, a no-hitter this year. All 3 outstanding stuff. All 3 with their opponent's batting average of 241 or below. That impressive for them this year.
Matt Trainer getting a pinch hitting opportunity here in the 9th with 1 out. 215 on the year, 3 home runs, 22 runs batted in. He was a part of the Rangers run last year, was traded during spring training to the Kansas City Royals, and then just reacquired recently. Takes the breaking ball to even a count at 1 ball, 1 strike. 7th game with Texas. Take a look at Alexi Ogando loosening. Ogando more than likely in the bullpen during the division series. As Amarista throws out Trainer, there are 2 outs.
Well, Trainer early in the year, remember, had a couple big base hits against the Angels to start the year when he was a member of the Royals. You're right, Ogando's going to be coming out of the bullpen. It's a position he's acclimated with before in the past. He's been very good out of the bullpen. Did a solid job starting for him this year also, because it's another power arm for the bullpen and a run to the World Series again.
Nelson Cruz with a strike. He's 2 for 4 tonight. Single and a home run. 2 runs batted in. The home run for Cruz is 29. Lines this one out toward right center field. Chasing Peter Borges toward the wall. He will track it down. And Bell has himself a 1-2-3 top of the 9th. We head to the bottom of the 9th. The Angels down 10-3. 3. We got a couple of changes for the Rangers. New pitcher on the mound is Alexi Ogando, takes over for Tateyama. 13-8 record at .354 earned run average in 29 starts this year. Kind of faded toward the end, and now being used as a bullpen piece heading into the postseason. New center fielder is Leonis Martin. He takes over for Josh Hamilton. Eddie Chavez in right field takes over for Nelson Cruz. And Andres Blanco is the new shortstop, taking over for Michael Young. Pardon me. Esteban Herman. So we do have an extra change. Adrian Beltre is out. The trainer who pinch hit for Napoli stays in the game. He is behind the plate. So we were wondering about wholesale changes. We come here in the ninth with a 10-3 lead.
And we thought we might see that a couple innings ago, but just now here, defensive replacements.
Jeremy Moore, Gil Velasquez, Efren Navarro. We scheduled 3 guys here against Ogando in the bottom of the ninth inning. A rough night for Angels pitching. Horacio Ramirez, the only guy that departed unscathed, allowing no runs on just 1 hit, had 1 strikeout and 2 innings of work. Jeremy Moore picked up his first major league hit. A liner that went off the glove of a leaping Michael Young at short. Came around to score in the 7th. Ogando's first pitch is the fastball, down and away. 1 ball, no strikes. This one bounced over to third. Herman has it across the diamond. To get to Speedy Moore for out number 1.
Really tough play by Herman at third base to come into the ballgame right away. Have to make a strong throw like that to get Moore going down the line. Pretty impressive.
Here's Gil Velasquez, who picked up a base hit in the 7th. He raced on a double play ball. First hit in the big league since 2008. Loops this one out to shallow center field. Coming on is Martin. He'll let it drop.
2 hits now.
2 hits. Took over for Alberto Castro. Brings up Efren Navarro, the first baseman. Efren tonight, a fly ball to left, a strikeout, a double play ball. Foul back. Way upstairs, 1 ball, 1 strike.
Well, Ron Washington has some decisions to make as far as his pitching staff. A lot of arms down there. He made a lot of moves towards the trade deadline as far as adding to their bullpen.
Navarro lifts one in the air to left field. David Murphy moving over. 2 outs. So Hank Conger will step to the plate with 2 outs and a man on at first base. Texas on the verge of taking the first 2 of the last 3 games of this regular season. Halos would fall to 86 and 75 on a year. And Texas, with Detroit winning, would remain a game up on the Tigers for the second best record in the American League behind the New York Yankees. 0-1 count.
Well, the one thing for Ogando coming out of the bullpen here, he can just let it go. A couple 97-mile-an-hour fastballs for him. He does that to conserve energy to go 6, 7, 8 innings.
Strike on the outside corner. Oh, for 3 night for Conger. A couple of fly ball outs and a strikeout. There's the 0-2. Hank pulls one over to first. Moreland has it go off his chest and ricochets to Kinsler. He can't make the play. So Conger will reach as Velasquez advances to second.
Boy, tough hop. Well, Moreland hit well by Conger. They're coming up, hitting him in the chest.
Moreland getting charged with an error there. Tough error. 5th of the year. Romine comes to the plate. 1 for 2. Many of the 39,000 plus dissipated into the night. An offensive barrage by Texas. 15 total hits, 10 runs. Halos with solo runs in the 1st, 3rd, and 7th innings. 1 ball, 1 strike. Halos did get the first 2 guys on base in the 8th inning. It's 2nd and 3rd with nobody out. Could not score.
That's definitely been a theme this year. Too many times that happened. Not scoring when you get the first 2 guys on base.
Two 1. Romine fouls it off the left. Fastball got him. Looking down goes Romine, and Texas takes game 2 by the final of 10-3.
Boy, it was a tough game for the Angels all the way around. When you look at the power that the Rangers have, 5 home runs, 10 runs overall in the game, 15 hits for them. Mike Napoli had a couple home runs himself. A lot of power, solid pitching by Colby Lewis also as the Rangers take the first 2 games of this series so far.
Yep, 10-3. The final, Colby Lewis picks up the win. He is now 14-10 on the year. Tyler Chadwick takes a loss. He drops to 6-11. 10-3, the final once again. Don't forget, tomorrow night it's a 5:05 start, the last game of the regular season. Stick around. Angels Live is coming up next with Michael Leaves and Jose Mota.